Welcome back to Goodfellas Garage, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to show you around my 2009 Porsche 911 Carrera 4S that I flipped in less than 24 hours. It's a new personal record for me, but before we get to the flip, let me show you around the car real quick. Let's start with the back of the car and specifically the nameplates and the model numbers and the internal designations, etc., etc. If you're not a hardcore Porsche guy or a Porsche enthusiast and you're shopping for your first Porsche 911, it can get very, very confusing. The Porsche model lineup is very extensive. There's a lot of options, there's a lot of designations, and Porsche thinks that if you add a lot of letters and numbers after the nameplate, it makes you sound fancy and sophisticated. Just like people who have a lot of, abbreviated letters after their name, that indicates that they spent thousands of dollars in tuition payments. I am not an expert on Porsches, nor I claim to be one, but I know just enough to be able to navigate the Porsche world. So what do these numbers and letters mean on the back of the car? Well, in Porsche world, number 4 means it's all-wheel drive. That one kind of makes sense. S is the highest designation in the Carrera trim, and that means that the car has a bigger engine. The S has a 3.8 liter flat 6 that is making 385 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque, which is a significant upgrade over the base model, which has a 3.6 liter flat 6 that makes 345 horsepower. Also, the S models actually have wider quarter panels, same as the turbo models. And this particular car, the Carrera 4S, is basically as close as you can get to a turbo without paying turbo money. You would wish that the alphabet soup would end in the back of the car, but unfortunately it does not. Porsche also has internal numerical designations for their cars, and that can get pretty confusing as well. This particular car is Porsche 997.2. And again, if you're not a hardcore Porsche guy, you would never know the difference between 997.1, 997.2, 996, etc., etc. But if it's any help to anyone, the most hated Porsche, the most controversial Porsche out there is the 996, which is known as the fried egg headlight kind of deal. So it's one of the allegedly ugliest designs that the Porsche ever produced, and that car was very controversial. So this was the upgrade. This came out in 2004, and Porsche finally caved in under pressure, and they redesigned the front end of the car to look more traditional. First impression after getting into this car and driving it around is it is a pretty firm and pretty stiff ride. However, the handling is phenomenal. This is probably one of the best handling cars I have driven this year. I have been taking exit ramps at 3 times the speed, and the car wouldn't even twitch. It is absolutely amazing how planted this thing is to the ground. It is, however, not a GT car, in my opinion. This is more of a track-focused car, and it has, the capability of going on a track. It also has a lot of options. There's a sport chrono option here that is about $1,300. Actually, this is a very well-optioned car. The sticker on it is $122,800. There's a lot of stuff in here, including two-tone interior, navigation. Obviously, this is an all-wheel drive S, and it's a convertible. 2009 was the first year for the Porsche's famous PDK dual clutch transmission, and it is pretty amazing. I mean, this transmission is 7-speed, and it's essentially a manual transmission with 2 clutch packs that are electronically controlled. One clutch pack engages the odd gears, one clutch pack engages the even gears, and it is very, very quick. I am in regular mode right now, and the transmission is decently fast, but once you put it in sport mode, I mean, it gets really, really crisp and precise. So let's talk about the flip. That's the part that everybody's probably waiting for. I bought this car a couple of weeks ago in California. I had it shipped over here. It cost me about $900. Took about 2 weeks to get here. And once the car was here, all I did to it is I washed it, I cleaned it, I took some pictures. And before retailing the car, I decided to run it through the auction in Palm Beach. It's like, yeah, what, it doesn't hurt anything. So I did, and the car sold. So I didn't make a lot of money. I only made about 500, like 450 bucks, 500 bucks, which is, not a whole lot. But if you think about it, my effort is basically a car wash. All I did is wash the car and take some pictures. So I don't think it's pretty bad. I am pretty sure I could have retailed the car and I probably would have gotten more money out of it, but this is a quick turnaround. I flipped the car in less than 24 hours. I made a little bit of money and I get to go and buy something else. And another positive thing is that this is not a retail transaction, so you're not dealing with a retail customer. It's basically dealer to dealer, and you just drop off the car at the auction and Bob's your uncle. Well, fellas, that's it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed this quick video. Thanks for watching. Peace.